This is a wisdom about when God gives us things, we give it back to creation. It's the idea of when we give, when we love and give freely. Yes, God blesses us more than what we really deserve, or the reward of those good deeds. So just continue doing good, God people, true lovers. Yes.
Fenton Wardle is the lead singer of the Reggae Angels. God consciousness is the fulcrum of Fenton's life, which he expresses through his music.
I've been dealing with the music since around '82 was the first time I started singing with music. And I'm very interested in learning, continuing to learn about God consciousness. And the music to me is like forms of prayer, you know? And the gatherings that music brings, gatherings, is, you know, they're positive gatherings for spiritual upliftment. So music is something that, you know, because of the music can excite people and bring people who might otherwise not catch the message. And so, you know, well, first I was dealing with a band called Iley on the East Coast. Then I started dealing with a band called Elevations, in which I played keyboards and sang vocals. And then, you know, a lot of people were trying to come in and manage us, and it was too much division, fighting over power fighting in that band. So I just started the band called Reggae Angels like around 7 or 8 years ago. And that was definitely my own thing, Reggae Angels.
Carlos Santana said, I'll paraphrase it, that people are searching for spirituality today, and if it can be sold at McDonald's would have it there because they'd be smart enough to recognize, you know, that people are searching for spirituality. And he said that, you know, but you can't buy spirituality, but it has to be in the music of your life. Matter of fact, that's my term. But he said you have to wake up for it like an alarm clock. You know, let music be your awakening call. Would you like to share anything about that? Does that hit you?
Well, yeah, that hits me because, see, McDonald's is like a sign. You know, everything, life is full of signs, and we know that when we're dealing with spirituality. And, you know, first of all, life is a journey, you know, and hopefully our goal, if we hunger and thirst for righteousness, is to be close to God and enlightenment. And we might take, like if we're going from one destination to a next destination, we might take one route that if we walk that route, we would never reach because our life might end before we even reach that destination. So we're trying to find a direct spiritual route to enlightenment. So these are like the most potent teachings and the most true, the most real spirituality that's going to get us there to a more enlightened state, more close to God and in the good acceptance of God. You know, so that's why it's important to have spiritual masters or mentors who are higher than us, above us spiritually, who can help push us, you know, drive us towards our spiritual goals. Because as I was saying in the concert, a lot of spirituality is difficult for the ego, but it's good for our soul when we're serving God. Sometimes you might be called upon to give a man some food and help a man who is in dire need, and you might sacrifice yourself and give that man your food. And these kind of things about caring about other people is what I see as real religiosity. And being able to be humble and suffer it out, being able to drive all night, no rest, and just continue, you know, sacrificing for the cause of God, or not eat for a day without grumbling and still have a good vibrations. Because as soon as you start making people fast, who are used to their quick fix, all their wickedness comes. You see, you get a good man like Christ, even if some enemy did him something, all he has in him is good. All he's going to do is say, God bless you, or something positive. But if a man has wickedness in him, all he's going to do is just abominations and filth is just going to come out of him as soon as he gets hungry. He's just going to erupt with all kind of negative attributes. We're talking about God, the attributes of God, divine attributes in our service today.
Why do you think that the music industry doesn't want to promote artists like yourself?
It's like we're not of their world. You know, we're not supporting their lives. We're not supporting what they're into. They would like to mock and jeer us, like how they mock and jeer Christ. We're dealing with truth and rights and consciousness. They try to just mash us down and tell us, you're nothing. You know, I'm just not supporting the cause of God and God's people.
What would you like to say to record label executives who have an opportunity and an influence to bring better music to the world, to bring higher consciousness music to the world? How would you address them?
Okay, I would address them. I say, you guys have a responsibility, and although you might not believe in the Creator and believe in God, God is still what's keeping you kicking. God is closer to all of you than your jugular vein. So you can't escape the judgment. Everything you promote, it better be positive, because when you promote negative things, you are going to be held responsible in that judgment. So, you know, you guys really need to try to promote music that is positive and helpful for this planet and for this creation. And as long as you do that, God will bless you so much, you know, more than what you deserve for promoting something that is positive for creation. So you have a position of power, you can use it wisely, and if you use it foolishly, God will judge you for that, and you can't escape it.
You know, it's hard for up-and-coming artists who have a higher consciousness lyrics, God lyrics, to get airplay. And we just addressed the record executives. Do you think there's anyone else we need to address, like disc jockeys who have the power to play, although that's fast disappearing because they basically play what they're told to play?
Don't just go for what you think is going to make you a bag of money. Try to have some integrity and try to support artists that you believe in their message, you know, because those same artists will grow, you know, but they'll grow in due season, God willing. If you help good artists, it will be beneficial for you, because you'll find that good artists that have a good message will be consistent for you, and they'll work hard and they'll sacrifice hard for the booking agents, and they'll be dependable and trustworthy and reliable because they'll have those good qualities.
What would you like to say to the teenagers in America?
Well, I would like to say to them that, you know, to take life real serious, you know, because, you know, God, the Creator, can cut you off just like that, you know. Something can happen in your brain, and this opportunity, what we have to live. So take life serious and try to care about people and live good with people, because a lot of people hold a lot of, like, hatred and a lot of racism and a lot of negative qualities. And those things, you know, people holding grudges from way past, you know, racial problems, for example, and when you get in an argument, boof, it's going to come up. Well, you're the so-and-so, you've been oppressing so-and-so for so long, and yet they're the oppressor. They're the ones in the moment oppressing. So, you know, all I would say to the youth of today is to take life serious, take life very seriously, and try to learn what you can, and try to live, really try to live good with people and not be harmful to other people. Because really a true religious person, you know, or whatever you want to call it, a true saint, does not hurt with their tongue or with their hands. They don't hurt other people.
We are children, we are the divine qualities to feed the nation.